is what happened is I was in control. You know what I mean? For once in a while, I was in control. I was in control. I could have embarrassed him. I could have done things because I was in control. But because I know my model and my 2% factor, 10 and 2 in my model says I cannot harm anybody. Knowing it. Okay, so when I said, you really don't want to do this. I'm not, you're not going to make me. And I said, okay. I said, now the card's back. I said, ladies and gentlemen, give him a big hand. And I let him go. And I said, now I need somebody else to help me with the card here. So here's the point I want to give you. As you're driving home what you need, as you're trying to reach your goal, whatever that is, think of how you could be creating destruction around you. We focus so much on the goal sometimes, or the process to reach our goal because we put a process in place. We forget that maybe we can move the process around and still reach our goal. So when you're in control of your console, when you're in control of doing what you need to do, and you're so determined to get that goal, I need somebody to verify this. But is there a different way to do it? Yes, there is. So learn how to make sure you get your goal, but don't harm anybody while you're doing it. Because there are ways to do that. So in control without being controlling. Got it? In control without being controlling. What is the final thing I did with Terry that a lot of us forget to do? Gifts. I gave her an award. Thanks for helping. Too many of us do not do that little thank you. Way to go. It was great for you to show up early and help me with this. All of those sorts of things, because we get so tied up in the 2% and all the bad stuff that's happening, we forget to turn around and focus on the good stuff. We forget to focus on the good stuff. So proactive instead of reactive. I do this all the time. All the time. Wherever I go. You guys have got buffets going, right? And what happens, everybody sits down until somebody says, go to the buffet. I'm usually the first in the buffet. Because I'm proactive instead of reactive. I sit left-hand side aisle seat if I travel. Usually business class. And it's getting tougher nowadays for clients to get business class, you know. But anyway, that's what I used to do. And then I always have a business person sitting inside me. Left-hand side aisle seat, right? So I've got them for 3 to 4 hours. So what do? I'm vice president of IBM. Oh, great. I've got them. And I've seen us too. You know, someone will go to sleep and you're in the middle row or the aisle or on the window. Someone's asleep in the aisle. What do? We sit there for 3 hours because we don't want to wake them up because we're Canadian. We could never do Survivor. Really? Do you want to stay on the island? I'm Canadian. It's okay. Right? We don't do that. Right? By the way, do you guys know where you got the word Canada from? This is true story. This is true for you history people. 140 some odd years ago, they put all the letters of the alphabet in a bowl. They had a town meeting. They reached in and they called the letters up. They said C-A, N-A, D-A, and that's where we got Canada from. That's the truth. That's the truth. Anyway, so basically proactive instead of reactive. So I got this business person sitting beside me. And what happens is I can now talk to them for the next 3 hours. Now if they turn around and they say, so what is it you do? Oh, you're a motivational speaker. Oh, well, I'm a motivational. Oh, I wish I could. Oh, well, I want to be a motivational speaker. And this person says, oh, and I find out they're really, really whacked out. You know what I mean? And I don't really want to talk to them for the next 3 hours. So I get very quiet, and they say, so what do you speak about? And I say, I do speeches on how to put humor back into eulogies. It's called Fun with Funerals, if you want to hear it. Say now, I go like proactive instead of reactive. You see, that's with everything you do. You know, how many times have you went to park in a mall someplace, you see all the cars, all the traffic, you're going to a concert, you fall in line with everybody else, and you walk 20 miles in the rain, and you see all the parking spots near the front door. Has that ever happened to you? It happened to me once. Now I'm proactive instead of reactive. What I do is I go to the front door of wherever I go and I work my way back. And usually I get a parking spot. I always go right to the front of the store I need to go right, and I work my way back. It works. Not all the time, because life doesn't work 100%. But most of the time it does work to go in the front. We always assume things. We won't ask for a second helping. Like this morning, I only eat protein for breakfast, so I go in there, there's pancakes. So what I did, instead of going, what am I going to do? I'm in control, right? So what do? Is I turn around and I ask, and the woman said, oh, I'll bring you some scrambled eggs. Great. And when you think about the fact that most of us don't ask, and what's the bottom line? All I can say is no. If it's a 2%er, what can they do? All they do is yell at them. Right? But they can't really hurt you.